Yeah, y'all know what it is. Anytime you see the lady singing and you hear the slow beat bringing, it's me doing my thinging on the backside. It's your boy Big Vern. Been a crazy day today. We talked about the bombshell, Mike Woodson. He has agreed to step down at the end of the year as Indiana's men's basketball coach. Find out what we think about that. Also, Mr. DeAndre Hunter is a proud member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why we think that was one of the best trades that went under the radar, nobody's talking about, and how it fit right into the team chemistry and how they may solidify their grip on the Eastern Conference. Then from there, we talked about the National Football League, Mr. Derrick Henry, the enigma, the puzzle, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. He agrees to stay in Baltimore and says, I love the city. I want to retire as a Raven. Find out what we think about that. Then also, Roger Goodell and the low sales of tickets for this Super Bowl. It's very problematic. It only compounds what I've been telling you, that the Super Bowl has mainly the audience doesn't care. They're starting to be tone deaf and turning away. Now you have empirical data that shows the ticket sales are down because people don't see any value of going. And not only that, they're charging people $1,000 fee. I don't know what's up with that at all. That's just weird. But we go back to the association because Chauncey Billups, he threatens the baby Blazers. Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, he's threatened them. We'll get into that just a little bit more when we come back from a rap album. This is your boy Big Vern. Drop the spot. Now, bam, 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 bam. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. Promoting the new rap album, The Mussolini, True Player in the Game. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is True Game, Her and Her. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Feels Better, Fly With Me featuring Jimmy Waters and many more. The Mussolini, True to the Game, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to Moose. I like Moose. So, Chauncey Billups, he threatens the baby Blazers. One of the most NBA unexpected stories is developing in Portland, where the Trailblazers have won 5 in a row, 9 of the last 10, with 31 games remaining. Portland, 22-29, has already exceeded its win total from last season of 21. The turnout, this emergence, this upspringing, this borderline miracle, it just didn't magically materialize out of nothing in the Pacific Northwest. Behind the scenes, a series of meetings has helped spark the change in one of the NBA's youngest franchises. Now, I will tell you this left, right, and center. I've been a Portland Trailblazer fan all my life. I've been there since 1988. My mom got me a starter coat, and it had the Portland Trailblazer symbol on there. And at one point in my life, I was like, hey, look, I want to go on the West Coast. I want to see my favorite team. And that's how much fandom I have for the Portland Trailblazers. It's one of the main driving reasons that I have the NBA League Pass, so I can not only watch Portland, but I also, because I'm an avid basketball junkie, I get involved in a lot of different teams. And I'll sit there and I'm a fan of a good game. But Portland hasn't been good for a while. Pretty tough being a Trailblazer fan. Now, the first meeting, it was held in late December in the office of Coach Billups. It involved a direct challenge to Scoot Henderson. For you all who don't know, Scoot Henderson was a former first-round pick. I said it was so much uncertainty around all of these guys because you only had a small sample size of looking at these guys play, and now you have them playing with the elite in the NBA. How is this going to work? The second and third meeting were in early January and involved Billups delivering brutally honest assessment of Shaedon Sharpe, another mystery man out of Toronto. about his defense eventually leading to Sharp being stripped of his starting role. As he should be, starting is not a birthright. You have to work hard to keep your spot. I don't know how these coaches now are actually rewarding kids who don't come to practice, the kids who don't know the plays, and somehow he's a starter because he can put the ball in the hole. That's not teamwork. That's not teamwork. All you're doing is you're being thirsty for a win. I'd rather kids buy into a system than the inmates run the asylum. And you're seeing it not only from the middle school level, but also the high school level and even in some collegiate programs. But I digress. And the fourth meeting, it was held in January during a 5-game losing streak where Billups confronting each player, starting with Anthony Simons, then Jeremy Grant, then DeAndre Ayton, down the roster, asking them the question, can you handle being called out by a teammate? The meetings have played a role in the most impressive stretch in the Portland Trail Blazers history since 2021, when the Blazers won 9 of 10 behind Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, and Carmelo Anthony. That seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't. While Denny Avadia continues to cement himself as the team's best player, and Toumani Camara continues his emergence as one of the league's best young defenders, it is an aftermath of Billups' winter meetings that have inspired the biggest change in the Blazers. Henderson has gone from puzzling to promising. Sharp has become a reliable boost off the bench, and the team has started to engage with each other like never before, pointed and critical, and being critical of everybody and accepting responsibility in their interactions. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think most teams have to hold themselves accountable. If you're a championship team, you have to hold yourself to that standard. You have to come out on that and be like, hey, look, man, I need you to play. I need you to pick it up. We're getting killed out here. And I think one thing you have to separate for these young kids and most of these people, it's basketball. You're going to get beat on a shake move. You're going to bite on defense because you're playing defense. You're timing the ball. You're making a read. Things are going to happen. You're going to misread some things. However, as a teammate, you're supposed to have that person's back and say, hey, look, man, it's cool. You got shook up. You can't keep getting shook up all night. We got to stop this shit at some point. But as it turned out, shortly after Christmas, on a practice day in the team's facility, Billups, he was mad at Henderson and called him into the office. Billups played a collection of film clips in which Henderson was torched on defense. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Sometimes you got to be brutally honest with these kids because you got to wipe the ego away. And if you really properly use AAU, it is a great tool. Most people misuse AAU, and then you leave a bad taste in people's mouths. The point of AAU is you want to win games. Let's just start there. But the point of AAU, you always want to play the best competition because iron sharpens iron. And kids have to be in the skill set. Kids have to have high basketball IQ. And it's easy to go somewhere and join a team of good guys because no place is going to turn down the money. It's hard to start to discipline, to hold yourself accountable, and then turn yourself into a different player. That, to me, is the beauty of a well-ran AAU program. Yes, you can look at the championships and say, okay, I want my kid to be a part of this, and maybe he doesn't assimilate into that culture. Or you can find a substance-based program that's going to help him build his characteristics summer in, summer out, to where he's now playing at that level. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's not. not being done at that level at all. And credit to Chauncey Billups, because nobody's going to show a former first round pick some clips of him getting his shit kicked in. And Billups was saying to Scoot, man, this is unacceptable. This is so bad. At this point, you aren't even competing. You're going to not start playing because of this. Yeah, that's the way you have to say it. Hey, look, man, you can't play. You can't play defense. You can't play. And I think that's the minimum standard, because defense, you don't have to have any special ability to play defense. Defense is a choice. You've got to pride yourself on defense. If I don't really shoot the ball particularly well, I need to rebound like a monster. I need to block out. I need to be more communicating on defense. I need to go ahead and have that man-to-man suffocating defense. I need to take pride in taking this guy out of a game. That's what's missing. It's not scoring. Yeah, scoring is going to get a lot of eyeballs in there. And people are like, ooh, they put up all these points. They shoot all these threes. What have you won? If you can't win jack diddly shit, I don't care how many threes you can make. What have you won? What have you won? And credit to Scoot. Scoot didn't shell up. Scoot didn't run from it. He said, I didn't even know I looked like that. Like, that's not me. Watching myself on defense, it looked like, bro, that's not even you on those clips. I know I can do better. Henderson confessed to Billups that he was frustrated by his offensive touches, and his disappointment sapped his effort on defense. Billups told Henderson that he believed he was better than he was seeing, but he emphasized again that he needed to see change. I told him, what we're watching on tape, that's not who you are. That's a good coach, ladies and gentlemen. That is a good coach. That's a good coach that sees the kids, and for whatever reason, these kids are down on themselves. They look around and they see other kids that aren't athletic. They're not athletic as. Look, you don't know what you're going to be, especially on that junior high school level. If you're on that middle school ship, trust me, you're big, you're slow. Learn the game, develop. Learn the game, develop. Work on your footwork, because once puberty hits, once those quick twitch muscle fibers get going, now you have high basketball IQ and you have a motor to match. That builds championship character, builds grit. Portland's on a run now. Portland's winning. They're winning games. They're still cellar dwellers, but hey, you got to find a silver lining in a cloud somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and share the content. This is Big Vern, and we'll see you tomorrow.